start discussing it. What happened here was that, one, you made a commitment, right? I had you press on a button, or, with a clicker, or in this case, press on a button on the screen, or maybe you mentally wrote down an answer or committed to an answer, but you made a commitment. After you made a commitment, you had to externalize your answer. You turned to a neighbor and you said, I chose because blah, blah, blah. And the discussion turned from answer or fact to reasoning. Right? Your discussion, you actually got beyond the answer or just the fact. But most importantly, you became emotionally invested. You're all dying to know what the answer is. I mean, imagine I'd just given a lecture, the little lecture I'd given on the expansion, and I said, if we take a metal plate with a circular hole in it, and we put the plate in the oven, and we take it out, the diameter of the hole will, I'm going to keep you in suspense a little bit longer, but, you would not have had this level of engagement. You'd be sitting, maybe taking notes, but there would not have been this eagerness to wanting to understand it. I mean, come on, this is just a metal hole with a metal plate with a hole in it. It's number one. Oh. Now look at that, I'm sure you have again forgotten that I'm here to talk about education, not about thermal expansion. Listen, I don't want to be responsible for you lying in bed tonight thinking, imagine you have a jar of marmalade in the refrigerator. You can't take off the lid. The lid is a ring with a metal plate on top. What do? You run the metal lid under hot water so that the ring expands. You say, that's unfair. It's a ring. This was a plate. Okay, imagine we take a metal plate without a hole in it. We draw a circle on it. Now we put the plate with the circle in the oven. It expands. What happened to the diameter of the circle? Has to get bigger, right? Everything bigger. It scales up, so the circle will get bigger too. You say, that's unfair. There's no hole. If there was a hole, then the atoms would expand into the hole. Well, let's think about that for a moment. Imagine the atoms at the edge of the hole. We form a big circle. We go outside, form a huge circle. We are the atoms at the edge of the hole. Now we walk in towards the center of the circle. What just happened to the distance between us? Got smaller. Can't get smaller. Remember, the neighbor is shaking more. The only way to make the distance between us larger is to move out. You won't forget this. So in conclusion, education is not just about transferring information, which is what we mostly focus on, or getting students to do what we do. I want my students to stand on my shoulders, to solve the problems I cannot solve. We want the next generation of students to solve the problems that this generation, we have not yet solved. And teaching by telling will never get them to that spot. I think active participation is an absolute must.